Thank you, Rich. It's a privilege for me to be here for Sir Bob tonight. We go back a long way together. Bob was married to Verity in 1962, December 1962, and decided to come and play the PGA Tour here in America full-time in 1963. And we met at my first British Open in 1963, and of course, where he was victorious against Phil Rogers. And it seemed that paths would have crossed so many times during the years. He was my adversary when I won my championship at the same course at Lytham St Anne's in 1969. We played together the final round. And our children basically grew up together on the tour. And we've had a wonderful time of it all together, I must say. I look back on some times, a British Open at Turnberry for one, where we went, took the kids out fishing out near the Ailsa Craig there, and the mackerel would jump in on the hooks, and we went into the Swee restaurant that is no more, I don't believe, but had all the fish cooked up for the kids, and we had a whale of a time, and it was there were special times. There have been many of them around the world with Bob, and I'm so delighted that he's getting this honor. It seemed like he was the only left-hander on the planet for so many years. You know, he did it all and carried it all himself. I have one abiding memory, I have to tell you. It was in Memphis, Tennessee in the late 60s. We were playing that little course in Memphis, and I'd played my round, and I was by the swimming pool, and he came about an hour later, and I said, "How'd you go, Bob?" He said, "I putted pretty well today." I said, "Bob, what does that mean?" He said, "I never missed anything under 30 feet. I still dream of that. I mean, that was an awesome statement. I'll never, ever forget it. I'd added up to 63 on that occasion, and he's done many more of those. And of course, he was a magic man with that putter. It's a privilege and a pleasure to present to you Sir Bob Charles tonight.
Well, thank you, Tony, for your kind words. I've known Tony for 45 years, and our families have spent many pleasant and enjoyable times together. Honoured guests, fellow inductees, Hall of Fame, Induction Committee, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming this evening. This is a great honour for me, and I'm very happy that my family and friends can be here tonight on this great occasion. We're here tonight because of our love of the game of golf. My love of golf started at a very early age, and I've been hitting golf balls for almost 70 years. During this period, I've been fortunate to enjoy considerable success, and I now wish to mention some names, all Hall of Fame members who made a contribution to my life as a professional golfer. In 1954, I started a subscription to Golf World, founded and edited by Bob Harlow. Golf World, together with a book by Henry Cotton, gave me an insight into the world of golf outside of New Zealand. Ben Hogan's book, Power Golf, became part of my library, and I spent many an hour in front of a mirror trying to emulate that perfect swing. Later in 1954, my career received a jump start when I won the New Zealand Open as an amateur, beating the reigning champion, Open champion, that is, Peter Thompson. In 1955, I met and played with Bobby Locke and Kel Nagle. In 1956, during my first trip outside New Zealand, I met and watched Gary Player win the Ampol tournament in Melbourne, Australia. In 1958, I arrived in the United States for the first time, clutching a letter from Clifford Roberts, inviting me to play in the Masters. Later that year, I was present when Bobby Jones received the freedom of the city of St Andrews in Scotland. In 1960, I first saw Jack Nicklaus play the game at Marion during the second Eisenhower World Team Championship. All of these Hall of Fame members contributed to my decision to turn professional in October 1960. For that, I owe them a debt of gratitude and thank them profusely. Those still living are amongst my closest friends. In 1962, Mark McCormick became my agent with just a handshake, no signed legal documents. A special thank you to Mark for the many years of my association with IMG and I appreciate having Nancy with us here tonight. In 1969, Tony Jacklin and I had our first major encounter at Royal Lytham St Anne's in the Open Championship, where I can say I made him famous. Obviously, my career was overshadowed by the big three, Arnold Palmer, Gary Player, and Jack Nicklaus, but I did take great pleasure on the odd occasions when I beat them. The highlight of my career was the 1963 Open Championship at Royal Lytham St Anne's. The first two rounds were Wednesday and Thursday with 36 holes on Friday, followed by a 36-hole playoff on Saturday. 72 holes in 2 days and 108 holes of competition in 4 days to secure the Claret Jug. My life has been touched by many great people, and memories of them are something that I will treasure always. This is a humbling experience for me to be joining my peers in the World Golf Hall of Fame. I wish to offer my congratulations to my fellow recipients tonight and thank the Hall of Fame for my selection and for this wonderful evening and its contributions to the game of golf. I wish to share this honor with Verity, my wife of 46 years. I knew this was going to happen. And my children, Beverly and David, for all their support and patience throughout my career. With the addition to our family of Hamish and Christine and our 4 grandchildren, Jackie, Robert, James and Caroline, we are a very close family. Unfortunately, my parents are no longer with us, but they would certainly have taken great pride on this occasion. My father gave me £1,000, which together with my round-the-world air ticket was all I had to start my professional career. Fortunately, early success enabled me to continue on my journey. I would like to thank my caddies, Frank, Smitty and Russ, who between them have been with me for most of my career. New Zealand has honoured me well, and I wish to dedicate this award to all New Zealanders who have given me support and encouragement throughout my career. Finally, I wish to thank the United States of America for giving me this opportunity to play the game I love and for ultimately enabling me to be with you all here tonight. Thank you.